This segment is sponsored by the Obesity Action Coalition. For 20 years, the Obesity Action Coalition, OAC for short, has been a trusted voice for people living with obesity. This week, they're in D.C. for the Your Weight Matters National Convention, and here to tell us all about it is OAC President and CEO Joseph Naglowski. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Tell us about the mission of your nonprofit.
Yeah, so OAC was created 20 years ago to be the voice of people living with obesity. You know, we realized there wasn't a group that actually represented those of us that lived with this condition. And we exist now to support each other in that journey, whether it's advocacy, education, or support. That's why we're here.
Okay, and you've got a convention coming up right here in D.C.
Yep.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so our Your Weight Matters National Convention is here happening this weekend, Friday and Saturday at the Renaissance Arlington, Capitol View. And it's a science where science meets support, right? So you will learn the latest about education around and evidence around obesity treatment, but you'll also be supported in that journey. And we often find that people don't get the second part of that, right? They might find the education, but they don't get the support, and that's what we try to provide. You know, okay, I have a great doctor and they can provide me some good information, but I need people around me. I need to realize that I'm not alone in this journey, and that's really what we do at OAC. We make sure people recognize that they're not alone. We really don't care how you address your obesity. We're agnostic to the treatment type, but we all realize, you know, after we get treatment, we need support to be able to be successful and be healthy in the long term.
Yeah, and you mentioned that this is not the first convention. You've done this how many years?
We've done it for more than a decade now.
Wow,
and so we've had lots of people who come to this meeting every year, and they get their support. They get their annual motivation to be able to stay towards that journey towards better health.
Yeah, that's great. For anyone who hasn't been and is considering coming, how easy is the registration?
Yeah, super easy. Just go to ywmconvention.com, and actually for folks viewing today, if they want to come, just check us out on Friday or Saturday. There's a discount code, YWM25TV, and you can register, and it's super easy to join us.
Great. So it's a 2-day convention, but people can just come for one day if that's what works for them.
Absolutely. They can come whenever they want to do that. And actually, even the first day on Thursday, but that day we're up on Capitol Hill talking to legislators about the issues that are important to patients as well.
Yeah, other important work that you do. Now, what do you hope that people who come, what do you hope they walk away with?
I really want them to understand that they're not alone in this journey. So many of us live with obesity, but we don't talk about it. We don't share about our experiences with our friends and our family. And this is a safe place where you can do that. So I just want folks to know that they're not alone and that there are people out there that are willing to support them as they go through this journey towards trying to achieve better health.
Sure, and there have been so many advancements in this space as well, and a lot of noise. You know, we see stuff on Instagram, you know, they're weight loss drugs. So I would imagine this is a place where they can learn, you know, and kind of block out some of that noise as well.
Right, yeah, you don't know what's out there today. There's a lot of misinformation out there today. And so understanding the science and the evidence, you can come to us at Obesity Action Coalition. We'll help share that with you, help you cut through that noise, and then make the decision that's best for you.
And this is your 20th year, so this is a milestone year for you guys.
Yeah, it's been great, the work that we've done. We've seen remarkable changes in our space, and we see this better understanding of obesity among the public and among healthcare providers, but there's still more work to be done, and so we're looking forward to the next 20 years making sure people get the help that they need.
Yeah. Joseph, in 20 years' time that you've been part of this organization, what would you say is the biggest change that you've seen in this space?
I think it is the understanding of obesity, right? It used to be considered just solely a condition of personal fault. And actually now there's this greater understanding that obesity is a chronic disease and that people may need help for this. Some people can manage it on their own, but many of us actually need those interventions. I've been on many of them myself. I know this firsthand, and as do lots of the members of OAC.
Yeah, so we've come a long way, but there's still ways to go, especially with the stigma, the social stigma, and then of course just understanding the treatments that are out there.
Yeah, we didn't talk about stigma, but that's actually probably the hardest part of living with obesity. I mean, people make assumptions of me based on my body size, and the reality is we need to stop doing that because obesity is awfully complicated, and we don't need to stigmatize people. By stigmatizing people, we're actually making their obesity worse, not better.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for sharing.
Thank you. We
really
appreciate it.
Of course. You can scan the QR code on your screen to register for the Your Weight Matters National Convention happening July 24th through the 26th. Use the code YWM25TV to get a single-day ticket for just $25. And to learn more about the OAC, you can go to obesityaction.org.